Anyway, um, I just want to welcome everybody to F as in Frank. My name is Jack Scalfani. If you don't know me, too bad. No, just kidding. No, I'm with my brother Charles Scalfani. There's two types of F as in Frank, F as in Frank, that we do. One is with Jimmy. We just ramble about crap that's in the news. And then one is my brother Charles. We do Let Me Explain. So we talk about a topic, we get a little into it. Why is it important, or why is it stupid, or why is it crazy? We talk about whatever is on our mind at the time. So, so today, I think that was it, right? Did I introduce everything? Yeah.
Yeah.
So today, you had talked about 4 days ago. You had brought up quality versus quantity, and before I have you dive into it, I want to talk about the first time I ever came across that. Is when we were kids. I think Jim and I, Jim is my other brother. I believe Jim.
Not the same Jim as Jimmy.
Yes.
Yes.
Jimmy's completely different. Thank you. Jim just bought expensive crap. He always did. He'd buy Jordache jeans. Or steal
When we were
them.
kids, yeah.
But he came home. I think he had bought a $60 shirt, a button down.
In like 1980 or 1970 something, yeah.
I mean, I don't think I've ever, to be totally transparent, I've never spent $60 on a button down. Never.
That's easy
And that
now.
was today.
That's easy now.
I know, but that was today.
Yeah.
So I was really in 80 whatever, back in high school, I was freaking blown away. But Jim, and I got to give him credit now, Jim understood like you're going to talk about, he understood the quality of life. Certain things, whoops, let me close this, sorry. He understood you paid for nice things. I didn't understand that concept. I was like, hey, pay $5 and it's all you can eat. Yeah. That I was always about the cheap and fast, but you guys saw things a little bit different.
Well, we all grew up poor, right? So let's think about it. So we all grew up poor, and we all saw Mom and what she did, and then we all reacted differently to how she did things. Mom would buy crap, right? She'd buy the cheapest thing, and she wasted more money than if she'd have just bought fewer things at a higher quality. So I looked at that and I was highly judgmental of that. And sure, when you go from being a kid with no money to an adult making money, you buy stuff, right? Because now you can. Like your whole life, we couldn't buy shit. So all of a sudden you can buy stuff, and so you do. Your 20s is where you learn how to control your purchases. Right. Because then you get into debt, and then you have a bunch of stuff that you don't really need, and you overbuy things and you overpay for things, and you make all your mistakes, hopefully, in that decade. What it takes a while to learn the lesson, right? Because you're so busy living your life. But the real lesson that I have at this point, at this stage of life, is that quality is always going to beat quantity. Always, every single time. You're going to who want to, remember we were talking about this the other day? And I asked you, who wants a lot of crap? Seriously, who wants?
Nobody.
Who wants a lot of crap? Nobody wants it. There's no place in your life. Now there'll be someone in the chat or in the comments who will say, "Oh," and one in a million. I call bullshit. It's I'm calling bullshit before they even write the comment. Nobody wants crap. Okay. And what do I mean by crap? Crap is anything that you don't value. Okay. So nobody wants to spend their hard-earned money to get a bunch of stuff they don't value. It's like, oh, I don't value this bucket of dirt. Yes, but for $1 more, you can get 100 buckets of dirt. I don't care how many buckets of dirt. I don't value dirt. Sorry, right? So if you understand what I mean by crap, I think everyone will agree they don't want a bunch of crap. So what happens is people try to sell you something and they try to show that it's Timu, right? Look, it's more than what you might think. Look, you get this and you get this and you get this. And then you buy it and it's plastic and it's crap and it breaks and it's sitting in the garage or the trash. So that's a huge mistake. I write music and I've come to the conclusion that I'm not going to buy any cheap music plugins, okay, that like effects that you can add to sounds. And I'm not buying any cheap instruments, right? Any virtual instruments. I'm not buying any of the cheap stuff because every time I do, I lose track of it. I don't use it in anything I'm writing. I just wind up spending. So I have this thing like, oh, I'd love to buy this, but it's kind of expensive. And I really don't need another widgety thing, but I want it. And I'll go, that's over $100, so I'm not going to buy it. But then I'll buy 4 things that are $25 over the same period of time. Right. And then, I may not use that anywhere near as much if I would have pooled my money together and got the $100 thing that I really want. So I still, to this day, struggle with that decision because it's easy to get $25 out of you. It's harder to get $100. I can get $25 out of you 4 times, far easier than I can get $100 out of you once.
Okay, let's break it down really quick just for a second. I want to talk about the 3 of us, okay? So my brother Charles, he went out, he taught himself programming. He learned on himself. He paid for everything himself. The guy is self-made where he is right now. I'm not saying he's a millionaire.
God, no.
But
wait, actually, I am a millionaire because I own a home in California, and it doesn't mean shit.
Okay, but let's be
There's
real.
a lot of millionaires.
You have made a nice life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm happy with
my
life.
You make good money.
I make good money. Yeah.
Yeah. You make good money.
Yep.
And there's been stuff that you bought and I've gone, what a piece of shit. I wouldn't buy that. Like that white couch. Let's talk about when you
still have that white couch. Okay, so when did we buy that? How long have we had that couch?
God, you've had that for 20 years at least.
No, we've been in this house 25 years, and the house before it is when we bought it. So it's been about 30 or more years. So you might look at that couch and go, oh my God, that's so expensive. That's ridiculous. Yeah.
Who buys a white couch?
It's still white, dude. It's in our living room.
That's because nobody can sit on it. They look at it and they walk over to the chair.
Not true. We sit on it every Christmas.
Yeah,
we go in that room once a year. We go in that room once a year.
It's the Christmas card couch.
The Christmas couch. So,
oh my God.
But here's the thing. So here's the thing, though, right? There's this great story, and I forget where it comes from, but the rich man will buy a pair of boots, right, for $100, and it will last 20 years. Okay, those pair of boots. Every winter he'll get those boots out and he'll wear them during the winter time. A poor man has to spend $10 to get a pair of boots that won't last one season. Right. So every winter they're going out and buying a $10 boots. Okay. $10 every year for 20 years is $200. Now, the rich man who can afford the $100 all at once buys the $100 boots. That lasts him 20 years. He spent $5 a year. The poor man has to spend $10 a year because he can't afford the $100 boots.
And honestly, that's real. That's a real.
It's totally real. It's totally real. 100% real.
I'm gonna continue really quick. I'm probably opposite of you when it comes to lifestyle.
You are. You totally are.
Totally. I always say I'm a Walmart guy.
Yep.
I'm a Walmart guy.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. A lot of people in chat.
Mom was Walmart. Mom did Walmart, Kmart, Sears.
Yeah, $12 for a button down. I'm all for it. So I'm always looking for the deal. I'm always trying to save a buck. Jim, how would you explain Jim? He frivolously spends.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I look at what he spends his money on, and I'm like, I don't get it because we have different value systems. So that's not fair to him for me to judge because I don't value some of the things he buys. Other things I totally value, right? Like his furniture, totally value that.
Right,
Home, value, car. So here's the thing:
right,
Jim bought a Tesla, right?
right,
And he's gonna. This is back way back when Teslas were new, fairly new. He buys
right.
a Tesla, and I'm like, he's like, I don't know, it's a lot of money. I don't know, am I doing the right thing? And I said, look, do you value cars? Because I don't. I said, I have a $25,000 car because I don't give a fuck about cars. I've already bought my fancy cars. I had a BMW. I had a Volvo before that. I've had lots of brand new cars. I had an RX-7. I've had, sports cars, and I've had
Well,
expensive
and what do
cars.
you got now? I forgot.
I have a Passat, a
Got it.
Volkswagen Passat from 2019, something like that.
Right.
Anyway, I said, I bought a cheap car because I learned it's good enough. It's good enough. I don't need a fancy car. I don't value cars, but Jim does. A nice car. I go, Jim, is a nice car important to you? Does it make you happy in your life? Does it make you feel like, like it's great when you're driving it? And tell me all the reasons. And so we did. I can't remember all the details, but he pretty much convinced me that he values cars. I go, look, you should spend the money on the things that you value and don't spend the money on things you don't value much. If you can
That's some good
do that,
advice. That's a great
right.
point.
And if you can do that, if you can say, well, these things aren't important because this other thing is way more important, then pool your money together and put it on that. Now realize you're buying something that you consider expensive right now, and it's going to be. And I said, but is it worth it to say, I'm going to buy this car and then not buy anything else for years? I'm not buying anything else for years.
Right, right.
If it is, then you're doing the right thing. If it isn't, then you don't value that one expensive thing very much.
Do you know what I used to frivolously spend money on?
Mm-mm.
Okay, this is back in 1980s. Okay,
Okay.
I spent $7 to $10 for one song
Where?
at the record store, dude. I was a DJ. It was $7 to $10 for a
Per
12-inch
album? Every time
single,
you bought an album?
not for an extended version, special
Right,
mix.
right.
But
One
I
side.
valued that song. One song,
Right,
you don't pay $8 today for one song.
right, right.
So I would pay, but you know what?
That
It's
was
what
part
I
of your
love,
job. That
but
was
it's what
part of
I
your
love
job.
too.
True.
I didn't buy crap I didn't love.
Right,
I didn't buy songs I didn't like.
right. Well, that goes back to quality, right? Go for the quality, right?
Right.
Once again, in your clothes, go for quality. Look, we all have too many clothes. We have too many clothes. Go look in your closet. I can't imagine, unless someone is listening right now who's homeless, that they can't walk into their closet and find plenty of clothes they haven't worn in at least a year. We have too many clothes. Shoes, too many
Dude,
shoes.
they're all going, yeah, he's right. Yeah, he's right.
Fuck that asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, seriously though, look, I can easily do it. I can easily walk in my closet. Another thing, we can all go walk into our garage or our sheds or wherever we put stuff in boxes, right? You can go look out there and you can find shit that you paid good money for, but you can't quite throw out because it's not broken, but you don't use it anymore and you don't want to take up space. So
Stop
you
it.
put it in a
It's
box
true.
and
Stop it.
you stick it in the garage and you're like, I can't throw this out because it used to be valuable to me, but it isn't anymore. Right now, remember back when you bought it, you couldn't live without it. Remember how you just had to have it? Your life wasn't complete without it. Yeah, that's a problem. Now we're kind of getting off the subject a little bit, but
Right.
it all boils down to this: better to buy fewer things, nice things you really value. When I get excited about any purchase now, what I do, hold on, my stupid phone is making noises. What I do is I purposely don't buy it. I put it on a wish list on Amazon, throw it on my wish list. Okay.
Yep, I got one.
Right. Throw it in your wish list. Now,
And you
if you
go
don't
back
think,
like later.
don't go back later. No, don't even go back later. If you really want it, you'll remember it and you won't have to go back later. If you really just were excited about it in the moment, right? Then good thing you didn't spend the money on it. So another thing I do is when I see, I watch a lot of YouTube and I see really cool audio effects or musical instruments and things like that. I'm like, oh, this looks cool. Like I need another synthesizer, like I need another hole in my head, dude. but I can't help it. I love synths. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to open up, I'll click on the link that takes me to their website, and I'm going to leave that open inside of Safari on my phone. You have all the different windows you visited. I'm leaving it there. And if I come back to it, I will see if I really want it. So 9 times out of 10, I don't buy the thing. And I can't tell the difference between my excitement for one thing or the other. I have to wait. I have to give myself time. And
That's
so
why I
one
put it on
day,
the list.
one day I went through my Amazon. So it was Father's Day. And Rachel said to me, she goes, Dad, I want to get you something for Father's Day. Like, what do you want? I'm like, ugh. I go, I don't know. She goes, well, I want to get you something. I'm like, great. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go through my Amazon wish list. So I go through my Amazon wish list. I'm like, why is this in here?
That's what I do.
Like, I wanted this at one point. I'm like, I'm an idiot. So I would delete it. And then every once in a while I'd find something I thought, oh, I actually got this. I forgot this was in the list. And I'll find something else and I'll go, I forgot I wanted that. You know what? That's a cool thing. Like, I have a toolbox I keep all my extra tools in that I don't keep in my garage. I keep it in this plastic crappy toolbox, and I keep it in my car. So I had on my list somewhere a toolbox. So it's an inexpensive gift that my daughter can buy me, right? It's $35 or something. It's something I went, oh, I actually do want to replace that one because it's kind of crappy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I've had it for 15 years. And so I'm like, it's time. So the list is a great thing for a multitude of reasons. When it comes Christmas time, I put things on there, and this way my family can buy me stuff. Because like Jim said it best, right? He said, we stopped giving each other gifts in the family. Remember, trading gifts? When Jim really came to the realization, he goes, look, anything that I want that isn't expensive, I've already bought. And anything that I really want, you're not going to buy for me because it's too expensive. There's a reason I don't have it. Right. So what are we doing? We're buying each other gifts of things that we can afford to buy each other that we don't have, which means we probably don't want it. And do you
remember the joke gift I bought you?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
I'm like, I think I was married to Tammy still. Well,
it was a long time
I still am, but it was many years ago, like in the very beginning. And I'm like, oh, I gotta get Charles something. I said, I know. Let's play a joke. Let me go to the store and find the ugliest thing I can get my hands on.
Right.
Okay. I'll wrap it up.
I don't remember this.
Oh, he'll open it. I'll be like, isn't that great, Charles? Isn't that great? And you'll be like, this is the biggest piece of crap I've ever.
What did I do? I don't remember. You told
me you hated it. You said it was so freaking ugly. It was a wooden duck.
What was it?
It was a wooden duck, dude.
Oh my God. I don't remember.
It was a duck made out of wood. It was the ugliest piece of crap I could find.
I don't remember.
At Goodwill. Dude, I bought it from Goodwill. And I wrapped it up.
That's hilarious.
And I played it like, dude, I played it off the best gift I've ever bought you. I'm like, dude, I'm so excited. You were so hard to buy for, but I can't wait to give this to you. And I played it straight, and you looked at me like,
you're fucking moron.
I wouldn't wipe my ass with this duck. It was, if you want to play a joke on somebody, that's perfect. Buy the ugliest thing you can find.
Well, honestly, most people would be like, oh, thank you. Yep. Oh, that's great.
Not you.
And then I'll put it over here.
You could throw it across the room fast enough. It was so funny.
That's so funny.
I can't remember when it was, but I'll never forget giving it to you.
So here's the thing, talking about quantity versus quality. Okay, we'll talk about Christmas. So for our mom, Christmas was a big deal, right? She used to get one gift all year because her family was even more poor than we were. And the reason for that was her birthday was almost near Christmas. So to save money, they just kind of jammed the Christmas gift and the birthday gift into one. Now you're a Christmas baby too. Yeah. And mom was very careful not to do that to you. She gave you a birthday gift because she hated that, which I got to give her credit for. Right. So, but the thing is because she only got one gift, she she wanted more. And so what she did was she would buy us a bunch of stuff. Now, it was great as a kid because just about any toy you buy a kid is great. But as an adult, I don't want a bunch of crap. And literally, dude, literally every Christmas was quantity over quality. We would remember we would get the big trash bags, the green trash bags, and we would put all of our gifts that mom bought us for Christmas, because we would go over. We were all married at that point. We would go there after our home Christmas, and we'd go there and have dinner, and we'd open gifts there. And I would put them in the big trash thing, put them in the trunk of the car. And on the way home, Liz and I are making a list of things we're leaving in that trash bag and throwing out the minute we get home. We're like, oh my God, can you believe your mom bought us? I can't, like, whether I go, one time we were opening gifts, and at the end, and I said to mom, I'm like, Mom, like, why did you ask me for a list? Because she would have to give her a Christmas list, like
every year, go through this year's catalog.
Why did you ask? No, I'm talking about when we were older. Kids.
Right.
I go, why did you ask me for a list? You didn't buy anything on it. She goes, I saw your list. It was all junk. I go, it wasn't junk to me. It was all the stuff I wanted. She goes, nah, I didn't like any of it. I'm like, oh, great. So you buy me all this stuff? Right. And it was just a bunch of crap. Just, a kitchen gadget, plasticky thing. If Temu existed when we were young adults, we would have gotten everything from Temu. Everything. That's the kind of bullshit that we got. And I'm thinking, if she just took all the money she spent on all that and bought me one thing, I'd be super happy of that one thing. I'd be fine. I don't need a bunch of stuff. I just want one good gift. It's not like she didn't get us good things, but it was just littered with so much bad.
So I told you this off the air, but there was a store in California called Factory to You. Do you remember?
Yeah. I've heard of it.
It was like Big Lots, but worse. Okay. So I didn't want anything from Big Lots, let alone Factory to You.
Right.
Mom bought literally everything had Factory to You stickers on it.
One Christmas? Was it?
It was the ugly stuff, like a casserole dish with the ugly flowers for your
I got it. Okay, so let's just tell everyone that Mom bought the best gifts when we were kids. We got great kid gifts. But once we were adults,
forget it.
It was shit.
In fact, Tammy and I still joke about it. Hey, do you remember the Factory to You Christmas? We literally 100% got everything from Factory to You.
Yeah.
It was all garbage.
Dude, okay, so Mom's at the house, right? We had the parents over for like a barbecue or something. I don't know. You might have been there too, pool party. And so Mom's like, I think we're making a salad or something, right? And Mom's like, oh, where's that plastic lettuce knife that I got?
I remember that.
Remember? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. It's somewhere. She goes, well, look for it. I'm like, well, I don't know. Like, we fucking threw that thing out Christmas.
Didn't you glance over to Liz at that time, at that moment?
No. We exchanged glances later. So I'm like looking through all the drawers, I'm like, no, it's not here. I don't know. Liz, where is that thing? Right. So now
I'm smoking.
I'm totally throwing it on her.
Dump.
I'm totally throwing her. She goes, I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe you packed it away somewhere. Okay, well, let me keep looking. I go, Mom, I don't know where it is. Like, I'm not saving a plastic crap shit knife that I'm never going to use. I'm just not. If I really care that much about, right? If I really cared that much about the metal against lettuce, I'm going to tear my lettuce, right? I'm not going to cut it. So yeah, there was shit like that. But I'm not saying everything was terrible, but 80% of what she bought
wasn't always on.
It was just it was all about quantity, because she had wanted more than one gift as a kid. And so she got in her head that the more gifts she gave us, the better that was. The more she was loving us in a way. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. She tried, but like if you and Jim got 13 gifts,
you had to have 13.
And I had to have 13 gifts.
Right.
She kept the numbers.
Okay. All right. Since we're on this story of Christmas. So do you remember the time we're like, so let me just set the stage. Our mom liked to be done shopping for Christmas in October. Okay. She was done in October. She had bought everything. She counted everything. She had everything done by October. So it's like 2-3 days before Christmas. My mom never went out shopping for gifts anywhere near Christmas because she was done in October. So we're all like looking at our gifts. We're kids. We're looking at our gifts under the tree. We're playing Christmas music, so in the room and everything. My mom's like sitting in the chair and everything. She's sitting in her chair. I don't remember what she was doing. Maybe reading a book or watching TV or something. And we're counting. We're like, wow, we have 12. Wait, 13 gifts or whatever the number was. Right? We have 13 gifts. And then and you go, yeah. And we actually 14 gifts because we get the one from Santa. And mom's eyes popped wide open. She's like, oh, fuck. He still believes in Santa Claus? So she's like, she had to rush out. It's like raining. Mom hated to drive in the rain, right?
Mom was a freak.
She hated in the beginning when mom started driving after the divorce, we couldn't even talk in the car because she was that afraid of driving. So the rain. So she goes out in the rain to get us Santa gifts. Okay. And I asked you afterwards, like, did you really, like when we were older, did you really believe in Santa? You're like, no, I didn't believe in Santa, but I knew if I faked it, I'd get another gift.
Remember that? I'm like, frick yeah, I'm going to squeeze another gift out of mom.
Pretty much.
And it was from Patrick, I'm sure of it.
So here's the problem. We had already counted the gifts. Okay. So if it was me, I would have been like erasing one of the names and putting Santa's name on that thing and saying that was your Santa gift. Right. But we'd already counted them. So we already had a full accounting of the gifts that we were getting. So she couldn't even pull that game with us. She had to literally go out and get us a Santa gift each.
That was great. Oh my gosh. That was too funny.
Right.
Okay. So give me an example of something you've bought that's quality over quantity. You paid a nice price for it that you could have got cheaper. I can think of one item you did.
So there is this is early on when we first got married. So this is 1987 maybe, because we got married in 86. So it's maybe 87, right. 88. So there's a soap dish that Liz really liked. And it was this Swan soap dish. And it was $20. Okay. And that's a lot of money for a soap dish in 1987. Okay. For $20, you could get
I wouldn't pay $20 for soap dish today, dude.
Okay. Let's just go back to Home Alone. They talk about Home Alone on the internet. He spent $19 and he had like bags of groceries. So we got one soap dish for what, Kevin got for a whole week of groceries. Okay.
Right.
So, when we told mom about our soap dish purchase, she fainted practically. She couldn't get over that my stupid wife spent so much money on a soap dish, right? And I had to hear that, right? We still have that soap dish downstairs. I could go downstairs right now and show you that soap dish. We still have it. So we've been married almost 40 years. So that's $2 a year. I amortize everything by how long I think I'm going to have it. We spent $4,000 on our mattress 25 years ago. Okay. So you do the math. Okay. Right. It's really, how long do you expect to keep this? And you look at the utility, right? How much utility are you going to get out of it? How often are you going to use it? Your mattress is every day, right? How many years are you going to have it? How long will it last? And you do the math. And you amortize it over the number of years. So if you go, oh, I'm going to spend $2,000 on something, right? Fuck, it's a lot of money. Yeah, but the last thing that we're replacing, we had for 15 years, right? I don't want to do the math, but let's say you had it for 10 years, right? That's only $200 a year. Do you think that having a couch, let's say, or a love seat is worth $200 a year? We use it all the time. I'm always sitting in it, right? Yeah, I guess. Well, okay, let me make it even easier. It's less than $20 a month. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Like think of what you spend $20 a month on, right? Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Right.
Coffee.
Right. Not even a tank of gas. So you gotta look at it that way. So then it's easier to buy something of quality when you have an expectation of usability.
Okay, you know what else you just bought that you bought probably you could have bought cheaper, but you value this.
Okay. What?
You use it every night.
I have no idea.
The barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
You could have got $100 Weber, threw it in the backyard to grill your steaks.
Okay, but here's the thing. price doesn't always correlate with quality. That's one thing. Okay.
Right.
It normally correlates, but it doesn't guarantee to correlate. So the barbecue I bought was from the one that you did on your show.
Right.
Monument.
The
Monument Grills.
yes.
Monument Grills. Okay. And the only reason I bought it is because I actually used it when I came out to visit you to go hunting, right?
That was
A couple of years ago. And
Yeah.
I had a shit barbecue, right? That I spent almost twice the money on as the one that I have now. Okay.
That's a good point. Interesting.
Right. It doesn't always correlate. So I had, this was normally $1,100 barbecue years ago. And since I'm a carnivore and I use it all the time, my wife's like, well, you know, and I go, no, it's on sale for $7 something. So it's under $800. I'm like, that's a good deal.
Right.
And I bought it and it was shit out of the box, dude. Shit out of the box.
Not the Monument.
No. The old one. And
Right.
so then I went and I had it for a couple of years. And then I went and I cooked on the Monument Grill. Okay. Which I absolutely love. And I've told a lot of friends about it and they love theirs.
Oh,
and,
cool.
yeah, it's kind of cool, right? And so I bought it. And it's like under $500. The other one was under $800, piece of shit. This one's under $500. Now, it's not perfect. It's not a perfect barbecue. There's little things
Right.
about it that bug me, but it's 10 times better than the other one. So it doesn't always correlate to price. So you have to be careful. But normally,
That's interesting.
you spend more, you're going to get more, right? You're going to, so let's put it this way. You're going to typically have to spend more to get more, but you can spend more and get less still. Okay.
Mhm.
But you always have to spend more to get more, but you can spend more and get less. So
Right. That's just a ripoff. I mean,
yeah, that was just a ripoff. It was just a ripoff, totally. But yes, and I could have gotten a larger barbecue, right? I could have bought a larger one, but I don't need a larger one. Most of the time, I'm just making food that the small one was fine for, and so I'm like infinitely happier having bought a better quality barbecue and benefited from it costing less.
Okay, so I'm gonna visit the chat room real quick, get a few things.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah. You watch YouTube way more than I do, and I'm on YouTube,
right?
But I'm making a living on YouTube. But she and Double Bacon, said that there are YouTubers, and you've seen them try to spin off another channel,
right? Well, there's a great book called 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing.
Right.
And that's a classic book. And then those guys came out with another book called, based on that success, it's old book, 22 Immutable Laws of Branding. And in that book, which is that's also an old book, but not as old. In that book, they talk about brand dilution, right? And that's what this person's talking about here.
Right.
Right. You dilute your brand. Now it's different. It's different than you create a new brand. So if you have, right. So like I've seen people where they have, ABC channel and then it does well and they create ABC channel 2. Right. That's diluting the brand.
Like nobody's watching MTV2.
Right. Nobody. That's diluting your brand. But if you create ABC channel and build it up, and then you create XYZ channel and build it up all by itself, that's not diluting the brand. That's creating a new brand.
Remember I used to do Cooking with Jack too?
Yes, I remember that.
It didn't do well.
No, you diluted your brand. And that's
failure.
Quantity over quality. I totally agree with that.
Right.
Yeah, 100%.
So let's see. Do we know Timmy? Just running through here real quick before we say goodbye.
All right.
Let's see here.
Well, right. We want to keep this short, Jack, because we want a quality show, not a quantity show.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. Such an idiot. Only time I had to upgrade my home theater setup was the change. I don't know what she's talking about.
Okay, going from analog to digital, and
right.
Yeah, I mean that's a purchase, right? You talk about a purchase. How long did you have your analog? Right, you look at that. You look at what is digital costing me. How is it different from the analog system I had? And then how long am I going to have it? These are kinds of decision points, right? Or questions that you're going to ask before you buy such a thing. And you go, well, I had my last one for 15 years and the new one's going to cost me X number of dollars. Let's assume I'm going to have it for at least 15 years.
Right.
Right. That's why I don't mind the cost of a car too much. as long as it's reliable and I'm going to drive it into the ground. And I can drive it into the ground, meaning hundreds of thousands, couple 100,000 miles.
So they want to know, do you have a grill collection
No,
like I do?
I do not. I have one.
One grill.
I have one
Right.
grill. I don't have a
Well,
smoker. I don't have any of that stuff.
but realize my grill collection
Comes from the
gave you
show.
your grill.
Well, that's true. It did. But the thing is did you notice the whole time we were there, we cooked on how many of your grill
One.
cookings? Thank you.
That's
We
it.
cooked on the Monument grills.
And you enjoyed it, and
It
so
was
you
great.
researched it.
Yeah, and that grill was way bigger than I needed or you needed, honestly.
Right.
That's why I bought the smaller version.
Let's see. 23 years is a long time for a mattress. What brand was your mattress? Do you know? Was it a Sealy,
No, it's the memory
Tempur-Pedic?
foam Tempur-Pedic, yeah.
Tempur-Pedic.
And I don't know if it's been 25. Did I say 25?
Yeah.
It feels like 25, but I don't think
When
it's
did
been
you
that
get it?
long.
Where were you when you bought it?
Oh, we were in this house, but maybe it's 15, 17 years. It's still good. I'm like, it's still good.
It's been over a decade.
I can't. Oh, it's somewhere between 15 to 20 years though. I may have misspoke with 25. But yeah, here's the problem. It's going to cost me another $4,000. So I'm like, do I really want to spend that money? Is my mattress okay? Am I having any trouble sleeping on it? No. Great, keep it. So that's why we haven't done it yet.
Let's see,
I would say that mattress was a good purchase, a good quality purchase.
It's still going.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Say what? Do you splurge for cheap boxers or expensive pairs? Great. We've just turned on your
No,
underwear.
totally. Used to be cheap. Didn't care. And then Jim, I think Jim told me about UA Under Armour, and I tried one pair,
Right.
and I'm like, oh, these are nice. And so now it's all about Under Armour, and I really like them. So I would say they're not cheap, but they're not super duper expensive. But
Okay. So I got to tell you, speaking of underwear,
yeah,
okay, I used to just buy any underwear at Walmart, right?
right.
And then I was at Duluth trading.
hmm
I walk in and go, what is this pouch? They have a pouch.
Right,
Yeah.
I've seen those.
They have a spot for my junk.
Yeah,
Right? Dude, it's the best thing I've ever worn.
right,
I'm like, this is great.
right.
So
Yeah. I think that, like I said, something that you use every day, right? Something that affects your mood, your comfort, all of those things are definitely worth investing in.
So yeah, Superboy likes
UA, yeah.
to recommend Under Armour.
Yeah. Like
So,
I didn't know. Jim told me
yeah.
about it. I'm like, under what? Like I didn't never heard of Under Armour. He's like, where have you been? Like, how do you not know about this brand?
You've never heard of Under Armour?
Well, beforehand, I had never heard of it. And this is not an Under Armour shirt, but I have a bunch of Under Armour shirts too. But I this is probably about 8 years ago. Okay. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. And he's like, what rock are you living under? I go, I don't know. Evidently a big one.
So is Michael Caine is saying that the Japanese sleep on the floor, not on mattresses. Is that true? I don't know that.
I don't know.
I've never
I don't
looked
know.
into it.
I think traditionally they have, but I don't know if they still do or if they've been westernized. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not attuned to that. I have no problem sleeping on the floor, actually.
Really?
I've slept on the floor before. Like when I came over to your house, you're like, "Oh, we'll give you an air mattress." I'm like, "I can sleep on the floor." Just I don't care. Doesn't bother
Right.
me.
Did you sleep on the floor over here?
No, you gave me an air mattress.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Screw you. You're getting an
Yeah.
air mattress. Okay. So we hit a few of the questions like we like
Yeah.
to at
Yeah,
the
cool.
end. Let's take this up next week. We'll come up with something different.
Yep.
If people have suggestions, I'll pass them on to you.
Okay.
What
Sounds
to
good.
talk about.
Okay.
And then we can pick whatever we want.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Well, it was fun reminiscing about Mom.
And our Christmas.
And by the way, I just got to mention before we're done. Mom was strong, and so was Chaw. Chaw was very strong. So was Mom. The two of them in the same household. We mentioned this the other day. You guys banged heads all the time. because you were kind of like the alpha male. She was kind of like the alpha male. You guys literally were totally like having a peeing contest or something. You were the only one. The rest of us were like, frick, I'm not going to talk back to mom. You're like, screw you, and you're like, no, that's stupid. You would tell her, you'd tell her the truth.
Yeah. Well, look, just like
lying,
I
you weren't
told
being
you, your
nasty.
duck was fucking stupid.
As it flew across the room immediately. Say, ducks are supposed to fly.
Right?
But anyway, so let's pick this up next week.
All right, dude.
And we'll talk later.
All right, bye.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.